Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Wind Waker. I am the Doctor, and in the last episode we made our way to the bottom of the Savage Labyrinth to obtain the beard, which I'm currently wearing. Now this episode, we're first going to start off by going into Beetle's shopship, because there's a few useful things we can pick up here. Firstly, we need, for what's coming up in the next few episodes, we need to buy a highway pair. So that's just nice and straightforward. But as we do that, you have saved up 30 points. You've earned a silver membership. We give a luxurious gift to all of our silver members. It's the least we could do. I'll send it to you shortly. It should be arriving at a post box near you any day. Promise me you'll wait anxiously for it. Next, try to earn our gold membership. So, you get a silver membership for earning 30 points, buying 30 things. You get a gold one at 60, which again I'll do mostly off screen, but then just show you actually receiving it. So now we're heading one square to the north and east to Diamond Step Island, stopping off along the way at Five Eye Reef in order to collect a silver rupee from a treasure chart. Now, you can see Diamond Step Isle to the right, where I said we're going, but actually, there's something else we can briefly do in this quadrant, which is, it's been a while, but indeed, you'd almost forgotten about these things, hadn't you? It's the big octos. You can now kill big octos using the bow and arrow, which is nice and straightforward. If you just basically make sure to L target, and then just kind of, you've got to kind of make sure you pull the bow back properly, otherwise the shot sometimes goes wild. It's still going a bit wild here. I think all in all, I think using the cannons is probably my favourite way of doing it. But I just thought it makes sense to show off the bow and arrow since we haven't actually fought a big octo since we had the bow and arrow. There we go. L targeting them is slightly weird and they kind of move a lot, so there we go. You know what, fuck it, I'm just going to finish it with the bombs. Bombs I find easier. You don't even have to remotely hit it with the bombs, you just aim roughly near the eyes and shoot the crap out of it. It's not dead. Did I miss one on the back? I must have done. But yeah, we haven't fought a big octo in ages, so if you haven't taken a pictograph of one yet, this is your chance to do it, because this is literally now the final one in the game. I just left this one for ages just because I didn't come past this island. And so, bam! New part of the visualizer gets crossed off as we now complete every big octo in the game. We're getting somewhere now. As you can tell, we're getting into the final episodes now, because what is this, like 38? 37, 38? Not sure, I haven't counted in a while. But yeah. Getting towards the end, so a lot of kind of cleaning up of things that we haven't done yet, and so that's going to be the first one. So we just get a little bit of treasure for it, nothing exciting, but kind of cool anyway. Well, it's not there apparently. Is it here? I think we're close to it. There we go. And we just get an orange rupee for 100 rupees. We've got a lot of rupees now. At this point in the game previously, like on the non-HD version, you used to need a lot of rupees for something, but now you don't so much anymore, but I'll talk about that more when I actually get to it. For now, we approach one of my favourite islands, just because it looks really cool, and it's just a nice little kind of... It's interesting because you can see this is an island that's got stuff going on it, but you can't actually get onto it until really late in the game, so... When I was first playing this, I'd always see this island just like, ooh, it looks so mysterious, and you never knew what was on it. In reality, well, it's a pretty cool thing it's on actually, but it was never quite as awesome as I hoped it was going to be, but still. As you can see, you need the hook shot to kind of make your way up it, and you just kind of grapple up these palm trees. And then they're pretty much at the top. And, well, there's a number of things at the top. Firstly, there is... Come on. Firstly, there is... You're not going to appear, are you? You little bastard. Where's the... Oh. It's down here, that's why it wasn't appearing. Interesting thing now, you can see its health meter, because we're wearing the beard. And we can see that when we kill it, in one hit. Kind of. But yes, so, that's another blue choo-choo. I thought it spawned at the top of the island, turns out it spawned there. But either way, there's also a hole at the top of the garden? Well, it's kind of a garden thing, I really like the look of it. But yeah, so let's go down. So we get into this really kind of cool, quite unique looking dungeon with like bits of ships on it and warp jars. And now we kind of begin a slightly irritating maze. Basically, you have to make sure to know which way to go because usually you'll just get taken back to the beginning if you're not careful. There's floor masters around. We can see their health now as well, which is awesome. And there are club sticks, which are used for lighting the tops of warp jars. So let's basically light that one. And then also light this one, and go through this one first. There's nothing else up here that this one takes you to except a little chest that has a joy pendant in it. Again, not necessary, but we're coming up to a point now, because you know we traded in 20 of them to Miss Marie to get the Cabana deed. We're coming up to the point now where we're actually going to utilise that, so if you haven't got 20 joy pendants now. Really be on the lookout for them. You know what? I'm just going to ignore that thing. Why don't throw jugs at me, you little bastard? Oh, it's following me. We want to go through this one that we opened as well. This is like the actual way. That was just a little bit of a detour for a joy pendant. Now here, we're just going to kill... Oh, God, alright. Let's... God, these still, even with the fully charged Master Sword, these take a while to die. I'll do the old sneaky tactic, which always works well. Of... freeze and smash. Looks cool and is effective. So, we came out of kind of this one here, and then the one we need to go in is the one directly across from it, which is this one. Come on, there we go. If I can bloody burn it right. And in we go. Do you walk through with a club stick, I wonder? Nope, gets removed from you. There's another one of these fellows here. Let's do the old freeze and smash. God, that's fun to do. Then what you want to do is light the stick, and then it's just this one over here on the opposite side. Once it's burnt, hop in there. And you can see there's a chest up there beyond the final floor master. Freeze and smash. Gotta love doing the old freeze and smash. And when we open this, it's got something awesome in it. It contains the ghost ship chart. Check your charts on the map screen to view it. And indeed, I'll bring up a picture of it here. Now, that is the ghost ship chart. And as you can see, like, it's got different phases of the moon and different things associated with them. We saw very briefly the ghost ship at Bomb Island after the Earth Temple. Now what we actually need to do is track it down. So, I'm just going to open it on my kind of screen at the moment here so I can actually see what phase of the moon it is at the moment. It is currently the half moon. And so it's saying to go to the Starbelt Archipelago, which is saying where the ghost ship is at the moment. So, let's do that. See you there. So, as we approach the island, you can see, just on the horizon there, is a ship. Thunder and storms always surround the ghost ship. If you haven't got the ghost ship chart, when you approach the ghost ship, it just kind of, like, teleports away, and is a kind of ephemeral thing. But now we've got the ghost ship chart, we can basically head a course straight for it and straight into it. Hup! You don't have to do the jump, but damn does it ever look cool. So now we end up in the ghost ship, which has a really creepy floor, and basically a collection of the creepiest enemies in the game, like Wizrobes and Pose and Redeads? No, actually it doesn't really have any Redeads. So there's a couple of Pose, which you just kill the usual way. Buzz. Po. Whoop. Some of these, I'm pretty sure some of these are bubbles. I can't remember which ones though. Oh, no, that's it. That's actually it. That's really straightforward. It's literally got like 3 ghosts. That's not a ghost ship. That's just a ship that has a couple of ghosts in it. Either way, now we get to one of the freaky parts of the game. Because you come up here, and there's a special chest there. So, let's open the chest. Come on. Nip. Fuck's sake. There we go. And the chest contains our first, now, Triforce... Oh, no, this is just another Triforce shard. I thought this was a chart, but it's actually just a shard. So now we have 2 Triforce shards. Now, listen to this. Yeah, creepy. First time I was playing this game, did not expect that at all, and nearly literally shat myself at it. That was quite horrifying. But anyway, now we have a lot of business to do, so we are going to head all the way kind of like south and east, no, south and west even, down to Needle Rock Isle. So, few brief things we can do at Needle Rock Isle, specifically one thing. The postbox, actually there's 2 things now actually, because the postbox is dancing, which is awesome. I think as well now would be a good well, actually no, I'll save it for after I've done this. I'm gonna have a little talk about something, but I will do that later. So for now, let's see what's in the post box. You there. Good morning, letters of the Doctor. We have 1 letter. Here is your letter. This parcel has been sent cash on delivery. Postage due is 10 rupees. Will you pay? Yes, I will. Notice to silver membership holders. Thank you for your frequent patronage of Beetle Shopships. Since you have earned 30 points, you have been granted silver membership. All silver members receive a special gift of 1 complimentary ID. It is valid at all Beetle Shopships, so bring it to a shopship near you. I look forward to your future patronage, Beetle. And we get a complimentary ID. Who knows what it is, but apparently you should take it to Beetle. This is actually an item, weirdly enough, that the game wants you to have before it'll consider the game 100% complete. So it's something I decided I'd show off. Now, we can see these frozen bits. We can melt them now because we have fire arrows and drop down into this special bit, even though the ice hadn't fully finished defreezing yet, but either way. Does this look familiar? I gotta love it when games just reuse our assets. Brilliant. But there's a torch here. Light it. And we'll see a sign next to it. Read the sign, and it says, "To the living, light the 6 torches and dive down to the seafloor. Guide the lost spirit of the boat that wanders forever in the darkness." Kind of creepy and slightly awesome. But basically it said 6. We've lit 1, and there's a second one there. There are basically 6 torches hidden around this map that you have to kind of spot and shoot from a distance. You can't leave this like starting area, but you can just about see them all from here. This is much easier on the HD remake on the standard version because the resolution was so poor. Ones like this one I'm aiming for at the moment were almost impossible to see, let alone actually realistically aim at. Got it. And then there's one more just above us. There. Now, weirdly enough, so I'm going to put up on the screen now the incredible chart that shows the locations of all the Triforce pieces, which is what I'm following at the moment. Weirdly enough, it indicates here, so I always assumed that this place was where you got the Triforce shard. It wasn't. That's where you get just an orange rupee. It's the fact that you turn up at the island where it says and there's a secret, but actually no, the Triforce shard from this block is somewhere else. It's basically on the seas. So let's sail around and have a little look for it. It should basically be, they tend to spawn somewhere slightly random, but should be able to see them once we're, there we go, right. So, ships. We've seen these ships before, these kind of like armoured warships, but you'll notice this one over here, like there's 2 on the left, and then this one in the centre is gold. That is, of course, special, so let's shoot the crap out of this one. It's got like a kind of Spartan helmet, which the other ones don't have as well. When it sinks, ring of light appears. As with all the warships, they all drop a ring of light when they die, but this ring of light is somewhat special, because when you dredge it up, it contains none other than a Triforce chart. You can't read it by yourself, so you'll have to get it deciphered somewhere. In the original game, all of the Triforce shards came in the form of charts, which you had to get deciphered and then dredge them up. Now they've kind of streamlined that, so only 3 of them have charts. The rest all just lead directly to shards, like the 2 we've got so far. But I'll be going through, when I get the charts translated, which I'll explain later, I will go through also where they all are and stuff. But for now, you can see it on the horizon, but we're just heading over to there. Where are we heading over to? We are heading over to the Islet of Steel. Still not entirely sure how to pronounce that, whether it's islet or islet, both sound kind of wrong to me. But anyway, the first thing we're going to do is just collect this treasure chart here, treasure chart points, which contains 200 rupees. And then you will see there are, again here, a lot of these armoured warships. What we just need to do is basically come over and see in the main island, there are kind of cannons, but oh, it's getting a bit of a crap frame rate just because of how much shit's going on here. What we can do is, if you destroy both the cannons, then I don't even think you actually need to destroy the cannons. Either way, beat up the warships a bit, and shoot a cargo rock in the face apparently, and then basically once the cannons are dead, yep, the door opens into the island, so you can actually sail into it. And, oh nope, sails don't work in here, ha ha ha, I have to cruise at slow speed, it's like the Tower of the Gods all over again. Hop out, and you will see a kind of a little wind platform, which we know means play the Wind's Requiem, and I've actually bloody learnt it this time. Well done me, it's only been like 28, 29 episodes, I finally learnt the most crucial item thing in the entire game, but either way, chest appears. Wonder what this contains. We shall see. Crack her open, and it contains our second Triforce chart. Once again, I'll go through these when I decipher them. Additionally, these things around the side have slightly more money than the vases have slightly more money than you might expect for vases. Like, it's kind of worth it. It's a bit of a kind of cash there. But that's a really straightforward and just easy Triforce chart to obtain. And now, this is the really weird thing, if you looked at the incredible charts, that they're all pretty much on a horizontal line with each other. So now again, we'll be just heading 1 square over to the east, over this time to Stone Watcher Island. Not to be confused with Headstone Island, Stone Watcher Island is actually a very similar concept, because we've been here briefly way back in like episode, I think it was 16, because we collected one of the choo-choos that was here, but I pointed out the Stone Watcher on the island. Look, there he is. And we can do something here now, because we can throw it away and hop in. And there's a little dungeon down here. This is reminiscent of the dungeon, I did a few episodes that I did on Dragon Roost Island, in that you have 4 little rooms that you go into, kill the stuff in the room, and each time go back to kind of the central room. So I'm just going to kind of mostly speed through this, and we'll come back to you, essentially. I'll speed through the combat parts like that. Can I just kill these all in one spin attack, actually? Oh, not a hurricane spin. Fine, don't. So when you complete that, door opens, and you go back into the central room, and you can kind of see how this progresses. Unlike in the Dragon Roost one, where it was weird and you kind of got warped around and didn't end up having to return to the central room, in this one you do, but it's all pretty straightforward stuff. It's odd that they throw you, for a Triforce Shard, they'll throw you the Savage Labyrinth that's actually almost challenging at times, and then they'll throw you this, which is like 2 moblins, how will we fight them off? But, oh, it's actually, it'll be interesting to note, because I forgot to talk about it at the time. With the Savage Labyrinth, I learnt this later, even though, like I say, enemies don't drop anything in the Savage Labyrinth, you can still take things off them if you use the grappling hook. You can get, like, moblins and stuff, you can still get skull necklaces off and things in the Savage Labyrinth. And then additionally, you can, if you keep grappling enemies, you'll get, like, you can start getting hearts and stuff like that off them. So that's kind of useful to know. And I kind of wish well, I didn't really need it, but it's worth pointing out now. Oh, bloody whiz robes, go away. You can I wonder if you can kill these guys easily with the ice arrows. That didn't. He's stuck up there. Okay, that's weird. Oh, didn't mean to hit him with the hammer, but hey, that was effective, I guess. Oh, come on, get back there, you little bastard. I'm gonna. There we go. I've not seen that animation before. They get like flattened and do a little kind of like leaf on the wind thing. Oh, that's brilliant. One more room to go now. There's a couple of these for Triforce charts and shards, these kind of little dungeons where you go into 4 rooms and fight 4 things. As I say, it's odd just because you have to do the Savage Labyrinth, and which is much easier than this. No, much easier? This is much easier than the Savage Labyrinth. But either way, it's kind of cool seeing health bars, isn't it? You don't really get that much in Zelda games. But either way, when you kill all of them, door opens again, and surprisingly enough, when we go through it, the final torchlights. But that's not it! No! Now a pair of dark nuts have appeared in here, so you need to kind of finish them off first, which I'll just do quickly. Take it back off. Things are smashing everywhere. Oh, he got me in the face. I think he got damaged by the falling pillar on him, because he's taken a lot of damage to say we haven't actually hit him. Just seeing the health is just really nice to be able to just give you an idea of like how long you're going to have to wail on an enemy for. As I say, it'll prove very useful later when they're fighting a few more bosses that you can actually see how many hits the boss has got left in it, which is cool. But for now, we can go through this kind of central door that opened. Is this the right one? Yeah, it's the one with like the Triforce emblem above its head. And once again, get one of these wind sigils. So play the Wind Requiem. But because we've already played it once this episode. Oh no, it does do it again because we're in this, for a quest reason, it has to play it again there. And of course, a windy chest appears. No points for guessing what's inside this. Indeed, it is a Triforce Shard, our 3rd. So we need 5 more in total, but we also have 2 charts, so actually we only need 3 more, which is cool. And so, it's now been about 20 minutes, so that's a pretty good point to end the episode. So this episode, we have gathered 2 Triforce charts and 1 Triforce Shard, killed our final big octo, done the shit with the ghost ship and all that stuff, so that's pretty cool. Next episode, we will be continuing on gathering the remaining Triforce Shards. Thank you very much, and good day.